You know, it is a beautiful morning, Evan. Most people would probably say it's not because it's cloudy outside and it's been raining. But it's 63 degrees.
We'll take that, and if you love plants, you'd love it that it rained a little bit.
Exactly.
It's going to be more beautiful.
My wife is ecstatic. She's like, plants got watered. I'm like, good. We don't have to go out and do it now.
You're going to have to be weeding on Sunday now.
I know.
Well, it's nice that it actually feels springy.
Yes, it is.
It was what was it, Monday this week? It was,
Started out cold, and now we're at 63 at 7 o'clock in the morning.
And we're off and running too, because I think it's going to be really nice this weekend. I mean, temperature-wise, and really nice next week.
Yes.
So maybe we're done with the cold little snaps.
I hope so.
Me too. I'm ready to get camping or something. Something that's legal during pandemic times.
Yeah, camping is legal.
I'm looking ahead into my notes here, but I'll just say it now. RV purchasing is up.
Good.
That's the one part of the economy that's because it's the age-old pastime of driving around the country with your parents.
Yeah.
You can still do that. That's legal
Yeah.
stuff.
Good point.
So that's good for our area with Elkhart being and other suppliers around the area for the RV industry. So I love that. Sometimes they get hit hard in economic downturns, but maybe not this one. Okay. Hey, we've been noticing in the Sentinel this week that the June election's coming up.
It is.
Been enjoying reading about the Fulton County Council candidates. Got some great candidates here in Fulton County. I really appreciate some of our local servants that are putting themselves out there. Great experience, and I've enjoyed reading about them. Appreciate their enthusiasm for making a difference for all of us. I want to say thank you to all the candidates. No 4th of July parade this year in Akron.
Yeah.
And
They are combining it with their end of summer festival.
that makes sense. I like that.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, they decided with July 4th being the day that everything reopens, maybe we shouldn't do a parade, so they decided to do it with summer's end instead.
Love it. That's always been a really good parade, good festival.
Big parade.
So. Okay, Rochester City Pool not opening in 2020.
I know.
Dang. Okay,
A
well,
few of their employees are working on the golf course.
well that's a
this
good
year.
result.
Yeah.
And I saw golf leagues are
Yeah.
accepting people.
Yeah, and we were out there last night. It was our second week of Thursday night golf league, so we're off and running. So
Did you win?
we did win last night.
Oh, hey.
Actually, it was a surprise.
Did you get wet?
Not too much.
Good.
A little sprinkles here and there, but not too bad.
That's great.
So you weren't in the group that took off running when it just moved
No.
through it? Like
I think we
8 o'clock
were
last night?
actually the last group last night. I think we teed off about 5:30. So
Do you get to plan that?
you have to make a tee time right now.
Okay.
That's different from the league years in the past.
Another-
And my league partner works up in Elkhart, so he
Okay.
can't get down here until about 5:15ish. So it worked
So
out
you're
pretty
always
good.
late.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So nobody pushing us from behind. So
That's
it
good.
worked out good.
Well, our guest this morning is going to be Jessica Riffle from Fulton County Health and Human Services Educator, part of the Purdue Extension. We're excited to talk with Jessica, and she's going to tell us about things families can be looking forward to be doing at this time. And everyone's having to get a little bit creative, so I'm interested to hear from her on some suggestions and things that they've got going on at Purdue Extension. Our trivia this morning, Paul.
Okay.
What year was the Purdue Extension established? we kind of figured you'd be all over this one. A, 1914, B, 1944, or C, 1974.
I'll think long and hard on this.
I like how Tanner didn't really bunch those
Yeah,
up
let's
too much
spread 'em out.
either.
I'm gonna make them think about this one.
Yeah. 'Cause that's a wide range of years.
18? No, just kidding. Well, any interesting things in sports, Tanner?
We got a few notes here this morning. One note I didn't write down is NASCAR returns this week. They are racing Sunday. No fans of
Real
course,
racing.
but
This
real
isn't
racing. Their
like on
iRacing's
computers and
over,
stuff. Okay.
so they are back. So they're the first big sports league, I guess. Well, the Ultimate Fighting, the UFC, returned last weekend, I guess if you count that. But,
Do you count that?
Well, I guess you can bet on it. So
Yeah.
I
Is
mean,
that the,
I mean, it
that's the
is.
test now? If you can bet on
Yeah,
it?
that's a good question. I don't know what the test is, what you count or not. But so NASCAR's back in golf. Will kind of be returning Sunday. It's going to be a 2-on-2 skins match between Rory McIlroy and Dustin Johnson versus Ricky Fowler and Matthew Wolff. But it will be aired live on the Golf Channel Sunday at 2 o'clock. All the proceeds going to the relief efforts.
Is this on your calendar?
It is on my calendar.
Okay,
Yeah.
I wondered.
It would have been no matter who's playing, especially since Ricky Fowler's in the
TV
match.
set to automatically flip to the
Yeah,
channel
yeah.
at that time.
Yep, it might be. So, got that match this Sunday. Got the big Tiger, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Phil Mickelson match next Sunday on TNT. So, starting to get some exciting events to watch a little bit. Just live, which is nice.
Getting us ready for June.
Exactly. The Last Dance, episodes 7 and 8 were really, really good.
I missed them this time.
I think they're on again Sunday before the new ones.
Okay.
So if you get a chance, I'd record them or watch them because honestly, I thought episodes 7 and 8 were the best ones
Oh,
yet.
thanks a lot. I knew you were going to say that.
I won't do any spoilers for you,
Okay.
but it did end. Episode 8 ended kind of with some highlights of the Pacers for this upcoming week. So I think this week's going to kind of focus on the Pacers series and then the Jazz series too. So
Pacers
gonna be
team
fun.
was my team.
yeah, it's going to be fun. So I'm sad to see this documentary end, but I'm glad ESPN's going to do some other documentaries. They're going to do a Lance Armstrong one, 2 episode one the next week, which
So that'll be good.
that'll be interesting, but could be hard to watch because
Yeah.
Lance did so many great things towards cancer research, but he lied and cheated. So they're going to do that. They're going to do a Bruce Lee one. They're going to do one about a home run race in the summer between McGuire and Sosa. So
Oh, that was fun.
get some good content out there for us to watch while we don't have too much to do.
Lifting spirits.
Yep.
One episode at a time.
Yep. Then lastly, down here in sports, I had a note here that took Purdue fans by surprise. This has been a weird offseason for us. No Gel Eastern, who was going to be a senior, decided he was going to transfer. Put his name in mid Monday afternoon, and already announced where he's going yesterday, Michigan, in the conference.
That's so bad.
So it's like, I wonder if there's a little tampering going on. That's a pretty quick decision. He will have to sit out a year because he hadn't graduated and he's transferring in conference. And the latest rumor I heard last night was now he's considering if he can't get a waiver from the NCAA that he will just go to the NBA instead of even going to Michigan. I think he's getting very bad advice from somebody around him because he will not get drafted.
No.
Great defensive player, but not good at offense. And it was interesting. Matt Painter was on the Dan Dockett show Tuesday after this transfer announcement came out. Very honest, and got a lot of press for his interview because he said some things that maybe a lot of coaches have been feeling about the transfers and how they work, and didn't have the guts to say it maybe. So
Yeah.
he just laid it all out there, and it was a really good interview, about 30 minutes. And my guess is he knew he was already going to Michigan by the time he was on the air. It just hadn't been announced. Because looking back on what he said in the
Some of the
interview,
comments.
it kind of lines up. Oh, maybe that's why he said that. So,
Sorry, Tanner.
oh, that's okay. It's
You wouldn't take him back now if he asked.
no,
would
not
you?
now.
I
Not
knew it.
that he's going to
Density.
Michigan. I mean, go somewhere else out of conference. But Purdue will not have a senior next year on the basketball team.
This has sounded more and more like some of the old IU teams the last decade.
Yeah, it's just
Makes
it's
me
strange.
feel a little
But,
bit better.
yeah.
Yeah, I heard one sports tidbit. Global sports will likely take a $60 billion hit due to the virus effect this year.
Wow, that's a big number. Knew it was going to be big, but I didn't think it would do that.
I don't know if it still feels like a big number since they keep throwing around all these $1 trillion numbers
Yeah, that's a good point.
related to
That's a
belief
good
and
point.
things, but we know that's a huge
Yeah.
number.
But we're going to see here in a few weeks if the NBA and MLB come back and what that looks like. Because I know the MLB is trying to get players to cut their contracts. Some players are already saying, I'm not playing if I have to cut my contract. So it's going to be interesting. I don't know. I wouldn't want to be in charge of trying to figure all that
No.
out.
Don't take baseball away from me.
Yeah. Got some tidbits here this morning. On this day in 1862, the U.S. Department of Agriculture was created.
Probably to manage all the tobacco
You're probably right.
at that time.
On this day in 1905, the city of Las Vegas was founded.
Yeah.
A ghost town right now, from what I've heard.
Sure.
Yeah.
On this day in 1928, Mickey Mouse made his first appearance in a silent film called Plain Crazy. Kind of an icon now. And on this day in 1940, Richard and Maurice McDonald opened the first McDonald's, San Bernardino, California.
So his name wasn't Ronald?
No, it was not.
I had to do
cousin.
it. Yeah, cousin Ronald. You get to be the
Likes to paint
mascot.
himself up a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah. It was a little different.
And today is National Chocolate Chip Day, so a good day to make some chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah.
Bike to work day, maybe a little wet to bike.
I'd postpone it to Monday.
Yeah, probably get a decision. Bring flowers to someone day.
Oh, that's nice.
World Facilities Management Day. And Shades Day, as in sunglasses.
I have mine in my bag.
There you go.
Don't
Perfect.
really
You're
need it
prepared.
yet.
I don't, but I'm
He's prepared if so.
Gotta be
It might
prepared.
protect your eyes from the virus getting into the membrane there, though. I should have worn mine this morning. That'll
I
be
think
next
the
week.
contacts
Next
help that
week.
too.
Oh yeah, you're covered. Next week we'll all wear shades on the air.
All right.
Too
We
cool
can do
for
that.
school. Thank you, Tanner.
You're welcome.
Okay, hey, I heard the farmers market's coming back. You know anything about that,
It
Paul?
is, yeah. They're gonna be west end of the or east, yeah, east end of the courthouse. I know my
The
directions.
big parking lot.
Yes, right there in the parking lot. They're gonna be set up, and allowing people to drive through, get their stuff.
Saturday morning.
Saturday morning.
That's tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay, we
They
finally got the fresh
started-
veggies.
Yep. They started last week.
I bet the meat sales will be hopping.
Oh, I bet they're gonna be.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, we have one event. Other than that, the American Legion Post 36 and the VFW Post 1343 and the Fulton County Veterans Honors Guard are honoring the men and women who died while serving in the U.S. military with their annual Memorial Day ceremony, Sunday at noon on the south side of the courthouse. Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Want to give flowers this morning to the Rochester School Corporation for their RHS auditorium renovation. New lighting, seating, sound equipment. But wait, there's more.
Ooh.
It looked good, the pictures. I think it was original since the building was constructed, so kind of nice for a lot of kids interested in the arts and performance. And money news. Kind of a red week
Mhm.
for the Dow Jones Industrial Average this week, but it was a little bit of a bright spell yesterday. Although stocks started off really down yesterday, they rallied all the way back up, led by good oil prices and bank stocks. Hey, go bank
Hey.
stocks, climbing. So still down about 3.5% for the week, and it was one of the worst weekly performances since March. But futures are kind of flat right now, so maybe there'll be a good end to the week. And overall, the Dow has rallied more than 27% since it hit the March 23 low. Just think if you would have invested $5 then,
Yeah. I
it'd
should
be
have.
worth what? $6.25?
Yeah. Hey. It's money ahead.
All right. The Federal Reserve Chairman Powell gave an interview this week. Everyone's always eager to listen to the Fed chair speak, and they really dissect every word. What a job.
Yeah.
Thinking about what you say and have to make sure you say it just right. But he indicated that maybe the further stimulus from the Federal Reserve is going to be necessary in the coming weeks. So some news sources were calling that kind of pessimistic or gloomy, but I think he was just saying they're prepared to do whatever they need to. So I kind of was encouraged by it. And then Congress is discussing a proposal for a second round of stimulus checks.
That they are.
We'll probably get a lot of thumbs up from that.
Yeah. I heard that it's instead of 1,200, they're looking at more like 2,000 for that lowest income spot, and they're even talking about possibly bumping up dependents prices as well.
Oh wow, that's great. We can see how that would flow right into reopening and spending
yeah.
some money and getting things back on track.
Yeah. Get everybody some money so they can go out and support their local businesses.
Yeah, it's nice to see some businesses opening around here.
Oh, it is. I'm telling you, I'm loving it.
Another good sign, home buying demand is up. Everyone always wonders how that's going to survive in kind of an economic downturn, but things are looking good. It's even higher than pre-virus levels earlier in the year, so that's great. Inventory of homes is still not very high, so if you see a home you like, you better jump on it. Make an offer, move quickly, because that baby may be gone quickly. The New York Stock Exchange is planning to reopen. It's been doing all electronic trading since March 23rd.
Oh, wow.
And so they've got some social distancing, and they're gonna change up, not allow quite as many traders in there, but they're going to get things moving on May 26th. Another good sign.
Yes, it is.
First Federal, our lobbies are still closed, but our drive-through remains open each day. You can come through and use the window if you want to get as close as we let you to somebody, or you can use the tubes if you want to send it in, and that's working out really well. We're also opening new savings checking and CDs over the phone, and then you can come through the drive-through and give your signature. So I think that's been going extremely well, pretty convenient. Some of our First Federal family members are working from home, and we're trying to keep everybody kind of separated and safe, and so that's continuing. But they can all answer the phone, so give us a call, let us know how we're doing serving your needs. We feel like we're doing a pretty good job covering all of the services that we have, but we always love hearing from you too about that. And so let us know if we're doing a good job or if there's other things we could improve on. Our goal is to always be the best. Boy, Paul, we've had a really great opportunity with these low mortgage rates. I was telling you about that earlier.
Yeah.
That's one positive byproduct of all of the uncertainty out there. Sometimes mortgage rates fall and you can refinance and have a lower house payment, which is great for everybody. I don't know anyone that should pay extra interest.
No, I don't want to.
Maybe that distant relative that never paid you back.
Yeah.
Bad family credit, you know how that works. Other than that, yeah, you should call Ben Dalton or Stacy Wilson, help you take a look at your home mortgage. If you haven't refinanced, there's probably a great opportunity for you to save some money every month and pay less interest. 223-2128, or you can begin that process applying via our website, www.firstfederalbanking.com, and you can click Apply for a Home Loan under our Lending Solutions menu. Nice and easy and quick. It's also a great time to have a free review of your long-term financial plan. Sometimes when the stock market's really volatile, you cringe and you don't want to pay attention to it.
Yeah.
But that's usually a good time to kind of revisit your plan and see if there's any tweaks or changes that you might need to make sure that you can retire comfortably. I think we all have that in mind as a goal.
You know?
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do. I mean, of course, my retirement plan is like 85.
Hey, that means you've got time on your side, which develops compound earnings, so this could be a good deal for you. We have experts in retirement planning also. Mark Bluebaugh, we've had him on the radio many times, and Brian Bell is also working with us now. So you can call them at 223-2128 and set up a free appointment to review your long-term financial planning also. We invite you to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram, LinkedIn, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We got a lot of great information out there, and we keep you up to date on all the current events, relevant information for you with our products and services and in our local communities. And we love to have you follow us on those channels. We're the only locally owned bank in Fulton County. We don't want to be the biggest, just the best. We're a member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Our NMLS number is 399927. And now we want to introduce Jessica Riffle. Jessica, step on up here. We're excited to have you this morning.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Jessica, you're working for the Purdue Extension, the local office now, as the Fulton County Health and Human Service Educator.
Yes.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Hey, give us a little background on yourself. I understand you're from Fulton County also.
Yes. So I did grow up here in Rochester, attended Rochester High School, and then went to Purdue in Lafayette. So graduated with dietetics and nutrition, fitness, and health.
I see Tanner fist bumping and pumping in the background.
Yep. Tanner was about, I think, just one year ahead of me in school, and then he also 1 year ahead of me there down in Purdue. So
Okay.
Tanner and I kind of traveled together, I guess. So yes, I have a food and nutrition background. Dietetics is the study of nutrition and how it affects our body. So super interested in how the body works, and nutrition is definitely the foundation for that. It's kind of the fuel for our body to be doing everything it's supposed to be doing. So that's my interest in how I got here. Kind of started more clinically right out of school down at Logansport. I worked with inpatients for their nutrient needs while they were sick and,
Okay.
and in the hospital. Transitioned then to outpatient education over in Warsaw. So there with KCH or Kosciuszko Community Hospital Systems. Worked in their wellness department, so did all outpatient education there, did not do anything with inpatients, and I like that so much better. Being able to talk to people and give them advice to take home and really put into practice.
They were ready to put it into practice.
Right,
That's
yes. In that situation, people wanted to come to their appointments. Usually, it's not me walking into an inpatient bed kind of forcing myself on someone. In that outpatient setting, they have to drive to the facility, they have to sign in, they have to come, and that really helped with their interest in conversations with
I
nutrition.
can imagine that.
Yes.
That's great. Well, now that you're with Purdue Extension here in Fulton County, you've had those experiences, give us an idea of Purdue Extension's role here for us.
The thing that I'm most excited about transitioning into Extension is that education role still continues, and that is the primary goal of Extension, but it's on a much larger scale usually. So in previous roles it was a lot of one-on-one situations, and in this role I'll be able to eventually hopefully get with groups of people sharing information, whether that be about food, family, money, or health. Those are our big four categories with the health and human sciences outlet. Now with Extension, there's also the Ag and Natural Resource Educator, which would be Mark Kepler, and then our Youth Educator, Amber Marks. So there's three of us in our Fulton office. And our priority is to kind of translate or interpret the research being done at the university into ideas, education material that people can apply to their daily lives. So kind of being that link or the go-between into what's being done, what's being found out, and how can we use that information, making it applicable for our community members.
That's extremely helpful. And I've been noticing in the Fulton County Council candidate interviews that they're all talking about young families and bringing them to Fulton County, and part of the attractiveness for someone to move to Fulton County, jobs, they're definitely, that's been mentioned a lot, but also just quality of life. I kind of relate what you're talking about with family education and resources as a key component of a healthy community.
Definitely, yes. It's especially with the HHS, it's our goal to kind of again facilitate behavior change, whether that's on an individual level or with your family as a whole.
So how has the pandemic been affecting your plans?
It has been a very interesting start
I
to
bet.
this job. My first day I think was March 2nd. So I was in the office for a couple weeks, and then they were telling us, okay, it's time to work from home. You can't be in person with anybody for education. So it's been really interesting. I will say one positive though, we have other counties that make up an area that we're in. For us, it's kind of, Fulton is at the north part of our territory, so I work with other educators in surrounding counties, and we meet weekly on the Zoom calls, online, and that has been my biggest collaboration during this time, working on projects. Yeah, it's been really, really cool. And I don't think that in normal circumstances I would have had this opportunity to get to know them and work with them like I have. So that has been just a really awesome thing to come out of this. And in that group, if you all are looking for something to do with your kids as a family, we are putting out weekly themed kind of newsletter activities. So the one that's out there now floating around is on gardening, and each of these newsletters or little programs here have books that you can check out, ideas to stay active, ways to kind of explore or do something sciencey at home with your kids. And our goal again is to put something out about weekly, a different theme each week. And to find these, they will be posted on our website, so Fulton County Purdue Extension, and circling back to our Facebook page also. So we're also on Facebook. We have a presence there, again, Purdue Extension Fulton County. Or if you are really looking for more of the family, food, money, health focus, the Area 8 that I was talking about with our other counties has started a Facebook page too, where a lot of this information is going to be posted as well. So Purdue Extension, Health and Human Sciences, Area 8.
We're speaking with Jessica Riffle. She's our Fulton County Health and Human Sciences Educator here from Purdue Extension. And as a father of 4 children who have been at home for a couple months, I'm sure, this is really exciting news, because one of the prevalent topics in our household is, oh my gosh, are there anything new things we could potentially do, because we feel like we've exhausted our short list of variety that we could come up with. So this is great. And one topic that I was really surprised came out of my wife Emily's mouth, and also my own thoughts, was a garden potentially. So great first theme, or great theme that you have going on right now, and I'll definitely be looking that up.
And this one has got a really fun idea too. So if you're kind of newbie gardeners or looking for something small, we've got the themed garden ideas. So maybe if you've got just a plastic Rubbermaid container, you're going to plant jalapenos, onions, and a tomato plant, and you're going to have a salsa garden.
That's
so
awesome.
Doing those kinds of things, making it more fun, just to help again keep the kids' interest in.
And I know from experience that just a nudge like that of something simple is so helpful, just because our minds are exhausted from trying to come up with all these things on our own, and even just a little suggestion can change the world. So thank you very much, Jessica. That's great. Anything else that's going on, the creative things for pandemic times?
Let's see. We are mainly focusing on that right now, putting some things out in the newspaper. As time goes on, I hope to get more involved with creating content. Being new to this role, I'm still doing some onboarding things and trainings and things like that. So as the summer continues, hope to keep developing content. But I would say that the summer themed activities is definitely the biggest family-oriented project that we have going on right now. I am going to be starting a Get Walking program, is what it's called, and this is a completely email-based program, so no in-class participation, no timeline required. All that it is myself sending out emails for 12 weeks, so kind of just a virtual accountability partner, so to say.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so totally at your own pace, your own intensity. It's completely adaptable if you want to walk in the mornings, or if you want to go out in the country and start doing hills, or hop on the trail and do more flat work. It's totally up to you.
Would I set my own goals?
You set your own goals. I'm basically here to just give you information about why walking is beneficial, how to stay motivated, and just kind of be that ear to help people keep moving.
That's really important. Well, hey, we've appreciated having you on this morning. Jessica, welcome to a role in Fulton County instead of having to work at counties next to us. We're so thrilled that you're back.
Happy to be back home.
And thank you for what you're doing for our families here in Fulton County. We really appreciate that.
Thank you. I will say too, if you do have any interest in that Get Walking program, you can send me an email at jcan@purdue.edu. So it's the letter J and then canned like canned soup at purdue.edu.
That's an awesome email address. Easy to remember. Thank you. We've enjoyed having you this morning. You may know this trivia answer too. You're welcome to. You don't? Okay. What year was the Purdue Extension established? That's not terrible. I didn't know it either. 1914. You'll never forget it after today, will you, Jessica? And then you can even quiz Mark when you get back to the shop. I mean, when you call him on, no one's at the shop. 1914, 1944, or 1974?
Well,
You get the first crack.
yeah. Well, I'm gonna thank Tanner for the little bit of a clue that he gave in his tidbits today, because I feel those two would be closely related. Agriculture stuff today. Hey.
1914, you're correct.
I didn't even think about that one.
This guy's good at connecting dots. So there, you didn't even have to guess, Jessica.
No.
Paul got it right again. Let you off the hook, but now we can spread that trivia around and really delight some people today, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
Our words of wisdom this morning are from Ben Carson. You know Ben Carson? He's a medical doctor. He's had some role, I think, maybe at Johns Hopkins in the past, but right now he's in the president's cabinet, past presidential candidate. You may have seen in the primaries, didn't make it out of there, but here's the words of wisdom from Dr. Ben Carson. Happiness doesn't result from what we get, but from what we give.
It's awesome.
It's very awesome.
Alright, we'll see you next week.
Have a great weekend.
You too.